Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Sunday on this channel where we talk about all sci-fi and fantasy related stuff. And today we have to talk about D23 and the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie trailer. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so we have to talk about this trailer, but D23, if you don't know, is an event that's pretty big. It's where Disney kind of gives you all the things they want you to be excited about over the next year. So they kind of present this so that, they prepare you for all of the events going on, for all the shows you're going to see, the movies you're going to see, everything that they want you to be excited for. And this one had some amazing trailers. One such trailer was the trailer we're going to talk about today, and that is of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Because we all know that they had their seasons on TV, and a lot of people thought we were going to get to see yet another season, but it was announced they were going to go to the big screen, which made a lot of people very excited. But then they also announced that we're going to be getting a Thrawn movie eventually, a Thrawn standalone movie, and this Thrawn standalone movie is supposed to be sort of like that Endgame event for the Star Wars characters, where all the characters from the television shows that we've been watching are supposed to interact with each other and come together to defeat Thrawn. So this, of course, includes Ahsoka. This, of course, includes the Skeleton Crew. And this includes the Mandalorian and Grogu themselves. Now, of course, it probably doesn't include the Acolyte stuff, but we will see how they interconnect that because it might all be part of some big arc that we don't know quite a lot about yet. Who knows where they're going to take this Thrawn movie? The thing is that Filoni has been kind of he's known for taking parts of canon that he wants, kind of taking things from legend and making them canon again. He's very good at what he's done, and he's been doing this for a while within the Star Wars universe. So it kind of does excite me that he's going to take Grogu and the Mandalorian to the big screen, and that we're going to get this big threat movie down the line. Now, the trailer opens up, of course, with a preview of the events from the show, kind of intermingled, showing scenes from here or scenes from there, explaining kind of what went down. Kind of the same recap we got at the beginning of each new season of The Mandalorian, and that's pretty cool as well. Now, I don't know if they do this in the movie or not. My guess is they might, just because they want to make sure that people are coming in to see this movie and they are able to be caught up without having seen the show. I think that the way they're going to present this is that it is its own standalone story within the Mandalorian franchise, so that anybody who hasn't seen the show could go in and see this movie and still be excited. Now, the Razor Crest is back in this movie, but we open up the scene with him sort of on this planet, this icy planet, and he is ready to begin his mission. Now, we see the Razor Crest taking him to this icy planet. We see Zeb from the Rebels alongside him. Now, we didn't get to see Zeb before, but Zeb has apparently been working with the New Republic, trying to figure out a way to help make things better. And he's been flying for them, apparently, or helping them. And that's okay. That's what he's been doing for the past couple of years or however long it's been. So we see him take Grogu and the Mandalorian to this ice planet. They go into this Imperial base. Well, a base where some people are being guarded by snowtroopers. There's no real empire at this point. but they are being guarded by snowtroopers, which is a first in the Mandalorian series. We have never seen him go up against snowtroopers, and this looks pretty exciting. So he's blasting these snowtroopers, and Grogu is crawling through what looks like some sort of air vent. Why, we don't know. Probably to help Mandalorian with something, maybe a computer code or something that he has to push, which could make for a very funny moment. We don't know quite yet, but then we get to see them escape on an ATRT. And this ATRT thing that they escape on is kind of like a smaller AT-AT. So it's kind of that portable one that you can ride, and Grogu looks like he's having the time of his life. And then of course they go up against the real thing, and we get to see that kind of in this trailer very briefly, and then we see more of him sort of fighting a little bit. We get to see a couple scenes, and it looks pretty good. Now here's the questions that I have about this, because I do have some questions. Is he going to end up taking his mask off at some point and we could see Pedro Pascal's face? Because Pedro Pascal is still going to be the voice of the Mandalorian in this movie, and I feel that at some point, since it is on the big screen, they're going to want to show his face. So I think we will get to see either the mask get knocked off, or somehow he will end up taking it off to begin with. And then, you know, we have the Thrawn movie, like I said, and the Thrawn movie is coming at a later date. So this may help to set some of that stuff up, but the Ahsoka Season 2 is supposed to be coming out, and that should be coming out before this movie hits theaters. And this movie will be hitting theaters later on next year, so that gives them plenty of time to bring Ahsoka Season 2 in, and then kind of continue along that storyline and bring Thrawn into the cinematic universe later on in its own movie like they plan to do. At which point the crew from the Skeleton Crew and the crew from Ahsoka's series and Mandalorian Grogu will all sort of have this big battle. Now, I don't know quite how they do that, because this will be the version of Thrawn that Filoni has given us. And I think that that's actually pretty good, because I like the idea of them doing it this way. I think it's actually going to be pretty exciting to see them attempt to bring him to the big screen. And there is the rumor that Grogu will be going on from this movie, possibly into another Mandalorian Grogu movie, but also he will be important to Star Wars moving on, kind of in hinting that he might even be part of the Rey movie, if that's ever done, where he's either training with her or helping her to train, or something along those lines, that he will be essential to whatever plot that turns out to be. And I'm not against that. Anytime you're giving me any one of Yoda's species, I am 1000% down. From Yoda to Grogu to even Yaddle. I love them all. And I think that having the Yoda species be involved in Star Wars is always a lot of fun. So I'm 1000% down to see Grogu appear in more stuff. But I have to admit, I don't know if this movie actually is going to work or not, but it looks like it is pretty cool. At least right now it looks like it's pretty cool. And I'm kind of starting to see that they could up the ante a bit. I could see where they could give us something so epic that it just excites everyone and gets everyone ready for this movie. But that's the thing here. Where do they go from all of this? And how do they make this work in the future? With the Thrawn movie being our end game, it raises a lot of questions. A lot more questions than we have answers for right now. And sure, we know the plot of Ahsoka Season 2 is going to continue on from whatever the plot from Part 1 was. And we know all this stuff. So we know that they're going to be continuing from where they are. But how do they get to an entire movie with Thrawn having to fight against the Skeleton Crew and all these other people? That's going to be worth watching. But that's where I'm going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Are you guys excited to see Grogu and the Mandalorian on the big screen? Do you think we're going to get that scene where his mask gets knocked off or he takes it off and we see Pedro Pascal's face? Do you think that's going to happen, or do you think we're just going to hear his voice for the entire movie? What do you think about this Thrawn movie being this major in-game event? What do you think about the new show Skeleton Crew somehow linking to all of that? Do you like the idea that Ahsoka is going to appear in a future Star Wars project like this Thrawn movie, as well as where she is in canon right now? There are so many things to discuss right now with Star Wars. There's so many really cool, amazing questions. And I want to hear from you guys on everything. Where do you think the Mandalorian and Grogu movie will take us? Do you think this planet's Hoth? Are you excited for this movie at all? Do you like the fact that they're going to be having all of this stuff? What do you want to see the Star Wars universe look like in the future? I want to hear everything you guys are thinking, because right now, it's just the beginning for what Disney has planned for Star Wars. As always, we want to hear from you guys, so make sure you're leaving us that comment in the comment box below. Letting us know what you think. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're gonna want to be a part of this conversation as well. Then don't forget to hit that like button. It's free, it helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Then Miko says we need more subscribers, and look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.